Hello, good evening. As you can tell, it's 10:15 on a Thursday night, and normally nobody does live streams at this time, but as everybody knows, I don't always do everything that's quite normal. So I'm actually doing this stream at this time tonight because one, my kids are in bed, and I won't have any of them actually jump out on screen while I'm doing this. The other thing is, it's the only time that I've been able to, one, settle down. The calls have stopped for the day, and I have the opportunity to have all the bandwidth to myself. What I'm trying to do is actually streaming right now simultaneously on Facebook Live, and I'm streaming on YouTube, and wanting to see how secure, how glitchy the stream will get, uh, considering I'm using both streams simultaneously. Not sure how well it'll come through. If anybody's watching this, feel free to comment. Let me know what your thoughts are, and tell me what you're thinking as far as the way the camera is showing out. I'm talking a little low right now because I am trying not to wake everybody up. I'm assuming that a lot of people are not going to be watching this, and if they do, you're probably thinking I'm nuts for being on here right now, and that's okay. For my West Coast people, it should be a pretty pleasant surprise to have something at prime time for them. Usually, all the streams that we do are a lot earlier in the day, and a lot of people are at work and don't get a chance to see them live, and they have to catch the replays. So there you go. You got a live stream that's at a normal time as far as for your viewings on the West Coast. But that being said, what I'm trying to accomplish right now is, like I said, trying to stream these both simultaneously and actually test out the differences between the Facebook Live feed and the YouTube feed. If you see me turning both ways simultaneously for both ways, it's because I'm actually looking at two screens, and I'm doing this test with two different modes of recording. On the first mode, I'm using a standard regular webcam, and that's what I'm doing it on Facebook Live with. 720p, that's the highest it'll go. It's on an HP laptop. I could already see a little bit of graininess coming in through the video, and I am seeing it come not as sharp as the other feed that's coming through. The one that I have on YouTube is actually coming in through the Logitech webcam that I have on 1080p, and that's the highest it'll go on there. And there's a significant difference. It's pretty different, and if you wanted to compare the two, you could actually flip-flop back and forth. In the description, I actually have the link to the YouTube channel. You could always click on that and check it out and tell me if you see the differences between the two. Something that's kind of odd right now is the comment bars out here on Facebook. It's been a long time since I've done a Facebook Live feed, and it's not that I stopped doing live feeds and videos altogether. I just have been converting more and more to the YouTube platform. It's been a lot more convenient, and it actually works a lot easier, especially when I'm doing stuff live from locations, like from houses or buildings or on the road. You've seen me do a lot of these driving videos where I just attach the phone to my dashboard and just keep driving while I'm talking, and it's on a live stream that way. And it works really well with the mobile version. Now, through the YouTube, through the Facebook, I get some glitches, and there's some things that it doesn't always work right. One of the things that I'm seeing right now, and now that I was testing both simultaneously, you get to really see the differences between the two platforms. I'm actually seeing on Facebook, it's a little bit more dummy proof. It's easier to be able to use and navigate through. There's some glitches. There's some things that don't allow you to work well with. But for the most part, it's pretty easy. It's pretty boom, boom, boom. You get it in, you get it done. The scheduling is a little bit quirky, a little bit weird. The YouTube version actually gives you a lot more flexibility to do the live feeds, and it gives you a lot more options as well. If I want to get really, really advanced and use a lot of the different features that it's affording, I would be able to. But I wanted to use the basic. I'm using the classic studio version of the streaming for YouTube, and I'm using the basic version that I'm allowed to use through Facebook. Now, there's probably other things that are on there. Another reason why I had originally stopped using Facebook was that I was having a lot of audio issues, tremendous amount of audio issues. Last time I think I used the Facebook Live feed was at our last actually in studio real estate plate, where we're doing it from the studio at WGBB. And one of the biggest issues we had over and over again was audio issues. Now, we could play the Wi-Fi not working right. We could play the hardware not working right. We've tried all different things, but that was the one thing that always gave us issues, and it's problematic. But now that I'm seeing the two different feeds, I'm definitely going more pro the YouTube. So far, we haven't had a break, and I'm thinking that that actually is a very positive thing as far as the two feeds are concerned. They're both using the equal bandwidth. I have a standard optimum account that I'm using for internet, and they're both feeding off right. I'm not seeing any glitches. I don't know how it's actually being relayed back to the viewers, and if somebody's watching, I wouldn't mind hearing from you as far as how it's looking on the other side. Like I said, I am testing this, and it's not something that I prompted it. I'm not having any agenda with this video as far as a message or anything like that. It's kind of unscripted. I'll talk about a couple of things that are on my mind while I'm on this, just while I'm testing it out. If anybody's on there and wants to throw a comment or a question while I'm on, feel free to do so. If you're on watching right now, don't forget to like. It'll be a nice thing for me. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe as well. Follow my page, etc., etc. You know, we have to always say these things while we're doing the videos. So far, so good as far as it's concerned. We've been on for about, how long have we been on for right now? We've been on for 8-9 minutes right now, and so far so good with this. It hasn't broken. About 3-4 days ago, I had done a stream only on YouTube from a secure location. Nobody else was testing my bandwidth. Nobody was else sharing the internet, and I had 2 breaks in the middle of it. So I'm very curious to see how long I could test this out from a standard internet connection from home. We'll see how it goes. But while I'm on this whole streaming and video topic, I'm just going to point out that now that I'm seeing them next to each other and I'm doing the same exact feed from the same spot, I'm actually using the webcam from the one laptop, like I said, and I'm using the Logitech webcam on the other one. And I don't think I'm going to use the webcam from the laptop any longer, because the feed difference is so dramatic that I don't believe it's worth it. I mean, I'm gonna pull this off here. We're probably gonna get a weird thing on YouTube because the YouTube channel is actually connected to the Logicam, and I'm gonna give the YouTube viewers a look at what I'm doing right now. This is the camera that I'm using. I had it hooked up onto the same laptop that is feeding the camera to me directly, that's embedded in there. And look at that. Even I'm looking at the feed right now that's on YouTube, and even through that, it looks clearer, and it's feeding off of the screen. That's kind of crazy. Look at that. It's kind of wild. And just in case you're wondering what laptop looks like, it's that one. And then we got this other one right here. That's the Lenovo that I'm using. That's the older laptop, but it's still a very good laptop, so I keep it as a backup. And here's my newer Envy HP with a Core i7. The Lenovo only has an i3, I believe, but the big difference, it has a Radeon AMD Radeon chip right in there, so it's a little bit of balance. I'm gonna go put this right back again. So I'm actually trying as much as I can to, look at that, I just blocked off the camera. I'm trying to keep them close, as close to each other, so I keep facing the same camera every time that I'm addressing everybody. There we go. Now you can see me in my glory. So while I'm on the web and I got everybody live here, I might as well do a little bit of a Q&A. I had a few emails, a few messages that came into me that I figured I'd address, and I'd let everybody know what's going on, and at the same time kind of do a quick boom, boom, boom hit list of things that have been asked me. I'm not going to get too deep into any particular subject because it's late. I'm sure people are not even watching at this time, and if they are, they're probably tired and telling me get off Facebook and shut up. So I'm going to get off as soon as I go through my punches. I want to be able to run this stream for at least 20 to 25 minutes. I want to see if there's going to be a break. So I might go longer. If people get interactive with me, I'll keep it longer. If nobody's on, which I don't expect anybody to be on, I'll stick to the protocol and keep it to the time limit I want to. But like I said, while I'm on there, I might as well bring up a few things that are going on. One of the things that a lot of people have been sending me emails and messages about is the WGBB radio show that I was doing for about 3 years on 12:40 a.m. And when I'm going to start the live shows again, when we'll be on AM again. And the answer is, I believe we're going to be back soon. So originally what happened, I'll be open with everybody and let you know what the status is. Originally what happened is I had stopped the show, the live stream, when I was in the live broadcast while we just went under quarantine and lockdown here in New York. Now, we did have the ability to continue doing the shows from there, but to be quite honest with you, I wasn't that confident about the protocols that they were taking as far as keeping the place cleanly and doing the right thing. And at the same time, I had to worry about my family. I didn't want to keep going in and out of that type of environment and potentially getting myself infected and then bringing it back and affecting everybody else. So we originally gave ourselves a little bit of hiatus because of that reason. I was doing a bunch of YouTube stuff regardless on video anyway. We weren't doing the typical radio show that we normally do, which I kind of miss. It was fun doing that, and it's always different doing it in a actual studio and real equipment, even though it's old decrepit equipment that's from 1902. But real radio equipment instead of here in my house and that kind of thing. So, you know, it looks a little bit nicer. It looks a little more professional. It looks like we're actually having a radio. It's a radio station and that kind of thing. So instead of going and continuing, I decided to take that hiatus. And what ended up happening is my contract overlapped during that time. So I no longer had a contract. Now, we've been in negotiations for some time over the past few months, but we haven't found an agreement as of yet. Now, the thing is, the longer it takes for them to agree with me and continue to go back, the more options I start to end up getting. You know, doing the live streams and doing a lot of the broadcasts from remote locations works really well. I wouldn't mind going back to the radio station, but at the same time, I think I could get my message doing it from many other places. And that's one of the things that has affected a lot of jobs and a lot of different professions from this whole COVID experience we've been having. Um, People have come to the realization that certain things, certain type of occupation, certain type of um, jobs are not as necessary as they were. Yeah, nothing's going to replace being on the AM dial when people are driving. However, if I'm streaming live on the internet, most people can stream it live on their mobile devices, their phones, and connect it through Bluetooth and be doing the same thing while they're driving. So it's kind of telling me that maybe we're going to be going down that route. Maybe not. We'll see. Negotiations come to an amicable type of decision between all our parties. I might be back. Or you might see me on another station. Or you might see me even somewhere else. I'm not going to point out, I'm not going to say anything, but there have been other offers on other places that we will be investigating and entertaining offers. So, that being said, I'm not going to give everybody um, a definitive of when we're coming back. I believe we'll be back soon, and I'd like to get it back. I think it made a lot of Long Islanders happy being on the oldest radio station in Long Island and being the only true real estate show on all the island as well. I think the real estate play will come back sooner than later. Not exactly sure when, but it will come back sooner or later in one form or another. So I'll just address that. Like I said, I'll get more into that at another time, and I'm not going to get into any of these subjects at any time. Just on a lighter note, I've gotten like a million different emails, direct messages, PMs, asking me about my hair. Am I going to keep shaving it? If I'm going to leave it long, what am I going to do with it? Suggestions of what to do. I don't know. I'm kind of digging this COVID cut. I don't know. I've gotten used to it. I don't know if I'm going to keep shaving it real down like the skin, but I think I'm going to keep cutting it short at least for a little bit longer. If anybody's watching this and they want to throw their 2 cents in onto what they want me to do to my hair, maybe I'll take a poll and see what everybody thinks. My kids hate it. Kids absolutely hate it. My wife, she's not showing her hand yet, but my kids hate it. But we'll see. You know, it's kind of one of those things that are kind of a reminder of what we just went through as far as the lockdown, the quarantine, and like I said, it took away the necessity of another job because haven't been going to my barber. I've been cutting it myself. I haven't been doing a great job, but haven't been doing an awful job either. You know, now it's getting a little funky because of the fact that it's growing out, and I got to trim it again, and I will. But like I said, these experiences that we were going through are affecting the economy in very different ways, extremely different ways. You know, but again, if you see me keep looking, I'm just glancing over from one side to the other. Just so, by the way, Starbucks is closed right now, but I got a few cans of this at home, and I don't know if anybody's drinking these triple shots. I don't think it's really triple shots. I don't feel it as much as I think I should feel it. These are really sweet too, and I'm not too big of a fan. Even though it says dark roast on it, they still put like some kind of cream in there or whatever. I'm a more black coffee kind of guy than cream and sugary things. I like it black with no sugar, or just a drop of milk with no sugar. But I got a long night. I got to catch up on a lot of emails and send out a few reports and do a few things right now. And I'll probably be up for the next 3-4 hours, following up and get ready in the morning to start the day again. But while I'm doing that, like I said, I'm trying to multitask as much as possible, and this live streaming is very important to me to make sure that not only I put my message out there and help people, as many people with their real estate questions and problems um, through the internet, but at the same time, this video test has also been helping me figure out how I'm going to be approaching video conferences and meetings that we're having virtually. Now, one of the things that we've been using a lot for the company, we've been using Microsoft Teams, and it works really well. There's not a lot of flexibility as far as getting really creative with it, but it's a good product. It's a solid product. Um, it's got its flaws, but it's definitely a good, solid product that you could use for a lot of different skills, and you can use it for a lot of people. Zoom is the other one that everybody's been using. However, and I like the way it looks. I don't know if that makes sense. I like the way Zoom looks as far as the way the app looks and the overall aesthetic of it. It is an easy to use type of product, but it crashes a lot. That's the one thing I've come to realization with it. It crashes a lot. Now, is it possible it crashes a lot because so many people are using it simultaneously? Possibly, I don't know. But that doesn't help me in any way because I want to have a product that's reliable. If I'm sitting there on a video conference with multiple people and trying to get my job done as far as conducting our meetings, and the good thing about this is I've always had to do video conferences because regardless of whether we were in quarantine or not, I've had a lot of people that were out of state. I've had a lot of people that are international. I've had a lot of people that I just wasn't able to physically be near to have a face-to-face meeting. So we used to do a lot of video conferences with different products. Viber was one of them that we used a lot for international people. WeChat was another one. WhatsApp was another one. But all of those don't have the strength as far as the application is concerned, the power behind it, like a Zoom or Microsoft Teams does. So if anybody else knows a really good other platform to use that's very similar or superior to Microsoft Teams or Zoom, I'd love to be able to hear them because I'm testing out everything right now. But going back to what the original premise is, I think I'm going to be using the Logitech regardless of whatever I'm doing, whether I'm streaming live, whether I'm doing video conferences, whether I'm doing virtual type of events. I think it's the best bet. I do have another camera that I'm going to try out. That's the GoPro Max. And this is a great camera. It was a camera that I picked up right before we got locked up for quarantine and lockdown here in New York, because I knew that something was going to happen. Little did I know it was going to be something that lasted for like 4 months. But I ran out immediately as soon as I caught wind that something like that was going to happen, and I went and bought myself a 360-degree camera. I read the ratings on it. I didn't want to get something that was over the top expensive because, first of all, this is a trial and error that I was going to do. I've never used a camera like this before, and I'd rather get a medium price camera rather than a super expensive camera to test everything out with first. And then if I feel that there's something that I'm going to continue going, which I think I am, then I'll upgrade it to get a much bigger and better camera down the line, because I think this is the way to go. The 360 thing has been it's been tremendously helpful. It's helped sell some places, and the places that it didn't help sell, it helped pull people in to take a look at it during the time where we couldn't do any showings whatsoever. It was a conversation starter to have with potential buyers. It helped out sellers feel more at ease the way things were being marketed, because in a lot of cases they had your typical type of marketing done for them, and they didn't know, like, it wasn't working. Having the piece of paper that you could almost see through like this, as an MLS sheet, as your marketing material, was not the way to go. We had to get innovative. We had to do everything we can and bring everybody what was readily available to us as far as the technology was concerned, and we did everything we can. I'm not gonna say everybody did, but my team definitely did. And I do know a lot of other top brokers that took the same approaches. That's just how it is. You have to innovate. You have to basically do everything you can to adapt and to take any situation, good or bad, and always improve. You have to. That's just the way it is. It's a no-brainer. But that being said, I'm going to try, because this does have a streaming capability, and it does connect to Facebook, and also connects to YouTube as well. I'm going to try to do a stream through here. Now, this camera, when it's not in 360 mode, can go up to 1080p. So that's going to be very similar to the quality that you're seeing from the Logitech right now. But at the same time, you do have the 360 ability that's incorporated in this camera that goes up to 4K. So that's pretty significant. I'm going to test it out. I'm going to see how it goes. I think it's going to be something that I think will be very helpful. Maybe I should have a conversation with one of my photo guys as far as their opinion. I don't know if they're going to want to help me, because they're basically going to be doing something that they normally are paid to do, but at the same time, for the streaming stuff like that, I'm not going to bring a photographer to do it for me every time, especially if I'm just doing virtual conferences and stuff like that. So I'll try to pick their brains. Speaking of photographers, two of the best go-to guys that I'm going to say, if you're doing any kind of drone footage or any type of video footage, you should definitely give Skyrunners a look. They're really good. They are a really great company, and Leonard, who's the one-man show for it, has always been my go-to guy. That being said, I just started using for smaller projects and for some newer projects, and internal stuff and walkthrough videos. David Freeman, he was actually really good as well, and he's young and he's gonna even get better and better. But he did a really excellent job for me on a property that we were selling over in Mount Sinai, new construction, and he did the entire walkthrough and he incorporated some aerial shots. He's definitely got a great eye, and he's got potential to be one of the top photographers in the National and Suffolk County. Videographers, not photographers. I'm sorry, because that's his thing, the video. Skyrunners, though, Leonard, he could actually do it all with photos too. So there you go. You got 2 free referrals out of me, as far as people that are go-to people on photography, only because I'm talking about photography and videography right now. Might as well give you guys a little bit of a tip. So let me jump to another thing. Predictions. I'm getting calls on predictions, emails on predictions. Everybody wants me to whip out the crystal ball and start talking about what I'm thinking about, how this market is going. If you watch some of the previous videos that I've done, you'll definitely see that I've definitely not been shy about predicting and pulling out the crystal ball. And I'm not going to get into that in this video, but I will do a series that will continuously give updates as far as what the current situation, because it's an evolving situation. Everything is changing on a daily basis, especially here in New York. People across the country don't really understand the dynamic that's happening here in New York, and there's a lot of stuff that's taking effect. It's not just coronavirus, it's not just elections, it's politics, it's a lot of stuff, and I'll get into that and I'll dissect everything as needed. I've already done so on a few occasions, and if you go to the YouTube channel, you'll definitely be able to see a lot of the stuff I've done. I'm separating a lot of the playlists on there to make it a little easier to navigate, and I'm doing a lot of changes on that as well. So a lot of good stuff is coming up on that, and you're going to be able to really be able to see things the way you should be seeing them on there. You're going to be able to clearly find the videos that you're looking for without having to really search hard. I'm changing a lot of the titles in order to make them easier to search. It's gonna be something that's gonna be helping, and it's already evolving as well. If you haven't been to the channel in a while, you should definitely do so, because you'll definitely see a difference, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And if you're not, comment and tell me you hate it. But if you do that, make sure you tell me why, so I can improve. So, like I said, I'm not going to get too much into the predictions today. Okay, so this is something that I've gotten multiple requests from and multiple comments on. For everybody that's watching right now that doesn't know, I'm Greek. Okay, I don't know if the eyebrows or the complexion or anything that didn't give it away. I'm Greek. And I'm getting a lot of my followers, subscribers that are Greek, that maybe are related or friends or whatever the case is, that are complaining to me that I don't do any videos that are Greek. That way they can understand and fully comprehend everything I'm saying. Now, some of the people that are watching speak broken English, and they don't really, they get it, but they don't kind of get it. And other people don't speak at all, so they ignore it altogether. And then when I see them, they complain, why don't I put something in Greek? I've had a couple of people say, what, you forgot how to speak Greek? You know, what are the kids? So why don't you do anything like that? So part of the thing that I'm going to be doing, I'm not sure if it's going to be exclusive on Facebook or it's going to be on both platforms, but I'm going to do a series of videos where I'm speaking completely in Greek, and I'm going to be kind of going blow by blow the way everything is. Hopefully that helps everybody. Hopefully they understand. You know, I speak fluent Greek, and it's not an issue on my end. I have to think about it a little bit just to put it into technical terms because I don't do business in Greece as often as I do here. But I'll put a little thought into it and how to be able to word everything and make it as clear as possible. I don't want to get too overstuffy with it. I want to be casual, the same way I'm kind of casual on most of my videos. And I want to be able to make it very simple. I'll do my predictions in Greek for everybody. I'll give them a breakdown of, landlord-tenant situations and that kind of thing. So to my Greek audience out there, δεν σας έχω ξεχάσει. Θα κάνουμε μια ολόκληρη σειρά από βίντεο στα ελληνικά και θα σας βοηθήσει και θα μπορείτε να καταλάβετε από τη δικιά μου τη απόψη τι γίνεται με τη Νέα Υόρκη, με τα κίνητα και με πώς οι πωλήσεις πηγαίνουν, και θα σας δώσω και πολλές άλλες πληροφορίες που θα σας εξυπηρετήσουν με τον καλύτερο τρόπο που μπορώ να σας τα εξηγήσω. Τώρα τα έχω πει όλα χωρίς να έχω κάνει καμία πρόβα. Αυτό το βίντεο που κάνω αυτή τη στιγμή είναι χωρίς να έχω γράψει τίποτα. Όπως είπα, είναι ένα τεστ που κάνουμε, αλλά θα βγάλω μια σειρά από βίντεο που έχει να κάνει με τα ακίνητα, με το real estate, και πιστεύω ότι θα σας βοηθήσει και θα βοηθήσει λίγο την κοινότητα που δεν μπορεί να καταλάβει πολλά από τα πράγματα που τα λέω στα αγγλικά. Σύντομα. Δεν ξέρω ακριβώς πότε, αλλά σύντομα. Μέσα στις ερχόμενες εβδομάδες θα ξεκινήσουμε. So, for everybody that's not listening, that doesn't understand Greek, I just basically told them everything I just said in English. So, hopefully I didn't lose too many of my English-speaking listeners, but I can't. That's my background. I can't turn my back on it. When I have multiple people that are complaining that I'm overlooking them, I'm turning my back on them, I'm not explaining things the way they should be, I'm going to have to step up and do what I have to do. So, now to the Spanish-speaking audience, can't help you at the moment. Yo hablo poquito español, so I don't really speak that much Spanish. So I'll try. When I'm sitting with somebody face to face, I could get really animated and use my hands and use the few words and the little dialogue that I do know how to speak and pick up, just to communicate in the basic forms. But you know what? There's Rosetta Stone. I'll start learning a little bit more and more, because the other thing is I've been having a lot more Spanish-speaking clients of late, and I don't feel that I could help them in the best way. Now I got team members that speak fluent Spanish, and I always set them up with them, but a lot of times they want to deal with me directly, so I got to figure it out. Chinese, Mandarin, that's a tough one. I'm going to try. Other than Ni Hao right now, I don't know that much more than that. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to be the international man as far as trying to know as much as I can, and then basic forms of communications to be at the functional level, as far as just a little bit of communication levels on different languages. So I'm telling you, this triple shot stuff doesn't do anything. It's like almost drinking like chocolate milk or something. Doesn't do. It's a good thing I got I got an Espresso Machine. The only problem with that, using it this late at night, is one, I get yelled at for drinking coffee this late at night by my wife. But the other thing is, it makes a lot of noise, so I don't want to turn it on this late at night and wake up the kids. So triple shot or whatever. If I'm ready to make coffee earlier in the day, I'll use that. But so we're going to be doing the Greek videos. We did address the prediction. I did address my haircut, and What else? Oh, here's another thing that we're trying for the first time here in Facebook, and I don't know if people are watching this only on my page, but I'm cross-posting this simultaneously on the Real Estate Play channel page on Facebook, the Calistine page as well on Facebook. So it's um, something I'm trying. There's a lot of firsts on the stream that I'm doing. And hopefully all of the streams that are going and everywhere it's being posted are equal in quality, and there's no kind of breaks or any kind of issues going through with it. So I'm hoping that it works out well. So I like the fact that we're cross posting, and oh man, it was 11 o'clock. I said I was going to be doing this stream for about 25 minutes, and then what happens? I get on my rants. I start talking, and for some reason I have no issue whatsoever as far as once I get on a roll, as far as once I get some thoughts in my head, to keep going on with those thoughts and kind of like give my message out to the people. Um, I've gotten a lot more comfortable as far as being behind the camera. I was never comfortable at all doing the videos, and I'm sure it was very, very evident with the first few videos that we had done, especially through the station and everything like that. It was a lot easier for me to talk to somebody and feed off of them rather than having a dead void, like kind of what I'm doing right now, just speaking to air, and looking at myself possibly in the camera and looking at a screen and not knowing if people are being receptive or not, or if I'm saying anything that I'm saying is actually gravitating, like they're gravitating to. But I guess just like anything, when you push yourself to do things, uh, you start getting better and better. Or in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm getting better. Maybe I'm just as bad, or I'm even worse. But I am feeling a lot more comfortable doing this after some time of being on video and being able to at least portray my message without having long pauses. I know I never got that thing out of the dialogue completely, and that happens even when I'm talking, and it's just a bad habit I have, and it's something that when I'm like thinking of something or I'm switching thoughts, it's my way of taking that pause to think. But I shouldn't be doing that. It's not a good way to communicate, and I know that, but I do it anyway, and it's just what it is. I'm getting it out of my dialogue though, more and more. I'm not sure how the audio is coming out. I can't wait to replay this on my own to see how it came out and how the sound came out. Um, as I expected, I didn't think anybody was going to be on the stream, but at the same time, it kind of worked out because I got to babble and ramble on and rant by myself for quite some time, and kind of get all these kinks out. And I think it's coming out really well as far as being on YouTube and trying to see if there's any kind of buffering or anything like that. I haven't gotten any poor breaks or any kind of buffering or blurriness or anything like that from either stream right now. So this can actually be done. I can actually stream these two things. I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be really ambitious and try to do a stream with both on YouTube live stream. I'm going to do one on Facebook live, and I'm going to try to Twitch stream all simultaneously from the same connection. See how that works. I don't know if that's going to work out well. I don't know. It's going to be a little rough. We'll find out. But we'll see. But that being said, let's see if there's anything I didn't address that I was wanting to answer. I took basically the biggest comments that I got, the ones that were most common. I figured I might as well just answer them right now live instead of just sending a generic email the way I normally do, or a response and that kind of thing. You make it a little bit more personal and give everybody a little bit more of insight of where I am. Like I said, I'm going to get into the predictions really deep over the next few videos on YouTube, but we're doing some really nice stuff with the Real Estate Unfiltered series. Like if anybody's seen any of the clips that I've already put out there, you see that you're getting a real unfiltered approach from me, where I'm kind of saying things that people don't want to really say. But you know what? The public has to hear them. Speaking of the public, did anybody see that newspaper article today in the Newsday on people losing their homes, foreclosure, that kind of thing? I got a little bit of quote taken out of me, and my name got put in the paper. Pat on my back. But all joking aside, I actually do a lot of articles with especially on Newsday and local papers, as far as getting quotes and giving them some information, that kind of thing. But it was a good article. You should definitely read it. It was by Warren McDermott. All joking aside, I got a small little blurb, but it's one line. Things like 4 pages. So there you go. So definitely something had. You know what? It's 11:02, and we're like an hour away from 9/11. I'm actually, before I sign off, I'm just gonna say something about tomorrow. First of all, it's unbelievable. It's only been 19. It's already been 19 years since that happened. Something that affected us all in a major way. It's something that traumatized the city, traumatized the country, traumatized the world. And I am very grateful that we were able to get out of it. I still mourn some of the people that we've lost, and I mourn all of them that we lost, but some of them that I knew personally always come to my thoughts these type of days, and my prayers and my deepest thoughts go with the families that were immediately affected by a lot of these people that lost. I'm sure on days like this, they are feeling it a lot more than every day. And like I said, I'm kind of surprised that time flew as fast as it did. It's already been 19 years since that tragic day where we were attacked. And look at this year. This was a really bizarre year. We had coronaviruses that we're dealing with. We had riots, quarantines, lockdowns. In 2001, we were worried about planes falling on our heads, and that was scary enough as it was. And today, we're worried about somebody coughing next to us, which is many ways even scarier. But the one thing I will say is that in 2001, as traumatized and as horrible as that situation was, we were able to unify. We were able to stand up, brush off all of the dust, not to be literal, but brush ourselves off and come out stronger than ever. I feel that we could do the same thing this year. A lot of dirty politics have made it really tough for us to be able to get through a lot of these issues that have happened that were not anybody's fault, or at least any of our faults. But I think we're going to get through it. I'm hoping that Um, it happens sooner or later. My prayers again go out to everybody that will be mourning again tomorrow, 9/11, and everybody that's been affected by the coronavirus have lost people this year as well. And we'll get back. We'll be strong enough. And on that note, I don't want to leave on a sober note. So I'm going to leave on something not as down. So on that note, I'm going to say to everybody, should I or should I not cut my hair? Okay. So quote, comment down below. If you actually get through this whole video, this video is 50 minutes and 57, 58, 59, 51 minutes. If you actually get this far and you actually hear about cutting my hair or not cutting my hair, comment down below, let me know. Make sure that you like, follow my Facebook page. You have to do that. It's very easy to find me on it. Nick Sakalish, your real estate problem solver. And you definitely need to subscribe on my YouTube channel. And that being said, I'll see you on the next stream and the next video. Have a great day tomorrow. Have a great night tonight. Get some sleep. Don't be an insomniac. Don't be a maniac like me, and go to bed early. Have a good night.